Hello and welcome to FITSMITH. Today I'm going to show you cardio circuit number 2. I'm going to be doing combination lunges, which is front lunges and back lunges, and cardio circuit number 1 I was doing just front lunges. So I'm going to start with my right leg as the main active leg. My left leg is the stabilizer leg, but as you'll see, both legs are very active. I use a stopwatch, this way I don't have to count. I can tell you what this amount of time was based on. I based this on 25 front and back lunges. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so I'm going to start with a front lunge, go right into a back lunge. So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got very tired of doing that. So I timed how long it takes to do a total of 50, which is 25 front and 25 back, and it's a minute and a half. So now I can listen to music or talk to you all and just occasionally glance at the time on the stopwatch and know that I've done pretty much even amount on both sides. How did I come up with that number? It just felt like a nice amount of time for me. This becomes cardio because of the repeating it over and over again and working it into what I call the circuit. Now when you do a front lunge, it's your buttocks of the leg in front that's working, and similarly when you do a back lunge, it's the buttocks of the other leg that's working. So coming up on a minute and a half. Okay. Now I'm going to do something that was inspired by Jane Fonda. I'm going to lay on my, what am I on here, my left side. Most of the weight of my body is going to be on my right hand. I'm going to do this for 30 seconds, so my body is in a straight line. The weight is on this hand. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right leg, keeping it straight, and just moving it to a right angle. Now what this does, it's difficult to talk while I do this, it's great for your oblique of that side. I mean, it's amazing. And you don't have to do it for that long to feel a definite effect. Okay, that's it. I just did 30 seconds of that. Now I'm going to go straight into the combination lunges with the left leg being active. I think what I like about combination lunges is they definitely challenge your balance. If you need a chair to hold on to, you would put your chair near the leg that's not moving. So you would have to switch the chair from one side to the other, or just turn your body, I guess, from one side to the other. I've been doing this, it's disturbing how long I've been doing this maybe for some of you, but I've been doing this for so long I don't really need the chair. And believe me, in no time you won't either. More tips about lunges. When you're pushing up with your heel. So your toes, in theory, don't even really need to touch the floor much when you're pushing back. So here, heel, 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 heel. This heel, right heel, left heel, right heel. And the knee never goes past the toes, right? That's what we said. That prevents you from hyperextending your knee, causing big trouble. Okay. I'm getting down here on my right side. I'm going to be leaning on my left hand. This time I'm going to talk a little bit about what that means. Okay, so it's my left leg moving. When I'm here, I'm actually leaning on my left hand. If I were to lift my hand, I would fall. So this hand is what's keeping me upright. This hand, not so much. So see, exhale on the exertion portion. That's it. That was 30 seconds. And I would go right into another set. So that was one set. Alternating lunges with the right leg. An abdominal exercise for 30 to 60 minutes. And alternating lunges with the left leg. And an abdominal exercise for 30 to 60 minutes. I'm already starting to get sweaty. And I've been doing this for 25 years. I also tend to perspire more than most people, but I think that you'll find that this is definitely something that can substitute for running. And it's, as long as you're being safe with your knees, it's much better on your knees. I literally did marathon training for the 2 marathons that I ran in without hardly running at all. I did lunges. Because I just never had time to run. I'm not advocating doing that. I'm just saying that the same muscles that you use to run, you use to do lunges. And it's much low, it's no impact really. I'm not bouncing at all. Okay. That was 1.5 minutes. Okay, so you're in a line. So my elbow of my left hand, my hip that's down on the floor, and my left leg are all in a straight line. My right leg comes up, basically just so it's straight out. You don't need to come up here. And leaning all the weight on the hand of the leg that's on top. If you don't do that, yeah, you're not really getting, you can't really do it. And you won't get the same type of effect. So you can see why it's cardio. Like you may be able to see that I'm perspiring after, you know, 5, 6, 7 minutes, however long I've been exercising. So what I like to keep is I like to keep a towel nearby. Just a towel. Okay? And I'm going to do the last set of alternating lunges for this circuit today. You may see when you figure out your stance, in other words, how much space you need to actually do this. I believe it's approximately your height. And you just get used to how far out in front you have to step and how far behind. The trickiest point is right here, because the weight is just shifting around right here. I mean, in the beginning it'll be tricky about the whole thing, but even for me, when I have to be careful of not tipping over, it's there. It's when the active leg is crossing the stabilizing leg. Your core is big time engaged during that, by the way. If you were to hold yourself, I'm just going to put this down. If you were to hold yourself here while you're doing it, your abdominals, you can feel them shifting and working to keep your body in that position. Okay? And I'm going to the last side of these killer oblique. That's my term for this. It's not really killer. I have ones that are more difficult, but it's definitely challenging. A challenging oblique. It's almost like you're doing a sit-up in a very, you're sitting up, but you're sitting up with your leg while you're on your side, instead of laying down on the ground and lifting up your torso. Okay, so that was cardio circuit number 2. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you again. Drink some water, stretch, and be well. Bye-bye.